Okay, so this should be working. Unless... yeah, it should be fine. Let me double check really quick. Okay, so I might alright. Hello everyone. It's just only me, sadly. But like, welcome to the stream. This is I'm hoping this is probably like the last stream I'm gonna be doing. But yeah. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, we're getting close. We're almost there. The Fabled Knight. Oh, okay, interesting. I feel like I should have some. Yo, what was it? Okay, I'm gonna do that. Let's have this. Let's have him there. What's this for again? Targeted with units text get always equal to the interesting. Okay, I'm hoping I do well. So this is the Rupture team. Middle brother, because of his passive, 1 ally with the least SP heals 10 SP at the turn end if there is another ally from the same faction. Which I'm guessing is like for the Heishou packs. And we should have for his passive. Excuse me. Inflicts 1 more Rupture with skill effects when attacking a target with a damage type. Target is fatal. 2 if the ally is a 7 association. Yeah. So for that passive. I don't know if they actually have aggro. Probably look into it. Did I uptie this? Interesting. I don't remember uptying these, but okay. Oh, this is easy mode. Yeah, I forgot. Everything's uptied. I would probably do hard mode, but I won't stream it. Sadly. Because that's all I could do. There were more sea terrors than we expected near the lighthouse, but thanks to Irene's lamp, the light of which paralyzed their nervous systems, paired with the rather narrow passageways, we were able to handle them without much trouble. Also, as the control room was unlike the exterior wall, mostly undamaged. Faust shared the good news that the repairs most likely won't take very long. Yixing was right. Fortunately, the inside is barely damaged. How are you progressing, Miss Faust? It is almost complete. We best prepare to leave. Then I'll radio the doctor. Let's... Ah! Okay. A tremor shakes the building with a loud boom. The debris begins to fall from the ceiling. The lighthouse's precarious floor suddenly collapsed from the shock. The floor is giving way. What's going on out there? Something rammed against the eye of Iberia. I see yacht shattering through the ocean surface, the sheer explosive force turning water into mist. And it is charging at us once again. Oh, what the fuck? As Yiseng noted, I saw the shadow of a dark figure through the ruptured outer wall of the lighthouse, charging ferociously at the ruined structure. Excuse me. The figure looked a lot like one of those knights of the city's western region Don Quixote would talk at length about. The lighthouse might crumble at this rate. Then, we have no choice. We have to stop whatever's out there. Faust, stay here. The rest of us will descend the lighthouse end. The lighthouse is almost fully functional. It'll only take some finishing touches to have its light shine again, which I can handle, so I'll stay behind. Seems entirely unnecessary to leave the rest to you. I would much rather leave it to Faust, who is an expert. I've read about that Seaborn before. The fables and legends say that he is the last knight, and if those stories have any grain of truth in them, you're gonna need all hands on deck to even have a chance at stalling it. You better prepare for a few days of interrogations once I bring you into the Inquisition. Your decision, Executive Manager. All hands on deck. Leave the lighthouse to the Mayors. We have to put a stop to that knight somehow. Waves crest high and violent behind the spear-wielding knight. We have to protect the already precarious lighthouse against the knight. The knight begins to charge at us, his steed splitting the very sea, and I instinctively know that this isn't going to be easy. One day, wheat grains he planted did not sprout. One day, he stopped feeling the sense of life between his breaths. Thus, he rides against the currents, hunting after waves. He seeks the waves, reapproaches them, and eventually brings about their destruction. Faint memories, having blinked through Amiya's fathoms, flash briefly before my eyes. Excuse me. I need to drink some water. Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry. Where was it? Ah, yes. And the Seaborn Knight wields his great lance against surface sea terrors. He shudders as though with repulsiveness, but he does not stop. You obstruct progress and cover the lands. That is impermissible. This is the land. The knight and the sea terrors don't necessarily seem to be on the same side. Perhaps diplomacy may be a visible solution here. Overcome the bellowing roar and try to talk to the knight. Let's do that. Go, Yiseng. Yiseng. Whoops. Hong Lu, yeah, my fault. We are not the sea. We are not its waves. The knight's great lance falters with doubt. Waves are the only things that hold any meaning for him. Last night gains 3 offense level down. Okay, hold on. So I need to find a way to win these classes in particular, while also trying to beat those ones. I think we're fine, hopefully. I wonder how it's going to be like in hard mode. This is like the nerfed version of it, and then we'll go to was it the actual version? It's just gonna be merely combat code. I think that's what it is. It's not that bad though. It's not that bad. Okay, max stack 3. Lose 1 speed for every cold stack. If this unit has 3 stacks after skill end, take 20 bloom damage and 20 SP damage, then gain 1 frozen this turn and next turn. Cold stack expires after all effects are activated. Turn on if this unit did not attack the last night, expires. Hive mind. All resistances change to normal. Double the amount of burn and do 2 skill effects. Okay. Ooh, these are neutral. Yeah, I want that. Oh, these are unopposed? Oh shit, okay. Hold on. Where are you? So you're here. Oh, okay. So we'll do you for that. And then favored. Do that. It's neutral. Is there okay. I like to get rid of those. Oh yeah, you're a counter. I forgot about that. Yeah, okay. Alright, that's pretty good. Panic hive mind. Okay. So you should, yeah, you two should have the effects off by now. Let's see. Okay. Dominating. Do that. Okay. So now those two we dealt with. We'll do that. Neutral. Favorite. Okay. Okay. So then I'll have you do that. Victory order. Oh yeah. That's fine though. That's fine. It could be any one of these as long as it's not her or these two. Let's see. Frozen shoots. I forgot. Hey, at least it should get rid of one per stack of cracks. The sinner's relentlessly assault upon the knight begins to slow. I probably read that wrong. Okay. Though we don't have anything in common with the knight, cold loneliness rides his bellow, insidious under the faint light. Are we waves or rocks in his eyes? The sea wets our hands, giving us no time to answer the question. Someone has to stand their ground next to the petrified sinners. We have to charge at the knight. Let's do that. Go, Hong Lu, guaranteed. Let's go. Sinner Hong Lu's warmth reignites the fire of determination in the rest of the sinners. Oh yeah. In that moment, Irene raises her lamp, showering the night with its light. Iberia's flame illuminates our path. Unlike the night, we're not alone, so we did not have to endure the chilling loneliness by ourselves. Remove frozen from all eyes. That's it. Ooh, key. Slay the ocean. Slay the ocean. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, you're targeting Faust. Oh, I can't even do... Okay. Let's... It's all one-sided guard. Yeah, it's all one-sided guard. Please tell me I get to... I guess not. The knight rides upon the violently whining steed. Whining? Yeah. Lance raised skyward. The knight races across the sea, splitting its waves. We won't succeed at this rate. Stall him, please, even for a second. Irene directs her hand cannon towards the knight. Her aim and will undulates on the same frequency with the waves. We need but a moment to recover. Topple the waves. Go for his legs, not his lance. We're going to have to observe the situation more carefully. A high-pitched and powerful cry resonates. The knight's steed is sending out a warning for something. Ooh, okay, that was a long option. Hello. Huh. Let's do that. Okay. I'll do that, because it looks better. We're probably fine. Alright, so... Heishou, yeah. Oh, you're dominating. Right, let's do that. Oh yeah. And dominant opponent. Win the classes. Win the classes. There we go. Go. Oh shit. It's not that bad, hopefully. Yeah, at least it's Faust. And she's frozen. Wait, who's frozen? Don't tell me this. Alright. There we go. You're gonna freeze, aren't you? Yeah. You don't like any of that. Oh shoot. Okay. Crud. Oh shoot. Okay, I might have to spam ego for this. I don't like that. I don't like any of these. I'll take on the place. Please win the clashes. Yes, Ryoshu. Obligate style. Heart relive. Oh god. Please. Yes. Oh shoot. That's that cool. Go rhyme chain. Please. I can undo the thing. A stagger. I don't like it when people in my finisher stagger. Like, it's not half as bad to be honest, but it's just really scary when it's like staggered. Or staggered as well. Okay. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Ah. Oh, I can't even stop. There we go. Wait, what? Who are you targeting? Oh no. These are, oh shoot. I can't do that. They're stunned. Why is our vector count so bad? Okay. Okay, let's do that. Why are all your coins unbreakable? Faint lamplight spreads over the neatly folded paper. A poem's brushstroke becomes a bloom atop a dry inkstone. Okay. Why is it 56? Dude, oh shoot. I don't want to die, please, bro. I don't want to die. He's going to fucking kill you. Someone's dead. Yeah. Don't kill Faust. And she's staggering. The knight rides upon the violently winding steed. Lance raised skyward. Oh, it's this one. Okay. We have to stop the knight's charge. Who's gonna stop him? You. Guaranteed. The knight's fierce charge briefly wavers when Sinner Hongwu jumps in. The Inquisitor quickly capitalizes on this momentary opening. A blinding spark flies from her hand, and the knight is thrown off his steed. Becomes clashable. Oh, okay. Dense shadow pools under the lone knight. Susurrus, a teeming flesh sliding against the flesh, can be heard from beneath. Art they gathered to defeat the knight? They must have first gathered there, believing him to be one of them, until they came to a realization that the knight is a traitor to the great will. The knight leaps off from the surface, but the sea rises violently in response to drag him back down. The waves crest high, gnawing upon the knight, crashing him back down to the water's surface. But he leaps once again, the cresting waves as his stepping stones. He belongs not to the sea. He stands tall against the great will, his head held high in eternal defiance. The unremitting knight rides across the watery mountains and charges at us. High-pitched and powerful cry resonates. What do you mean I can't use him? Damn it, I can't cheese it no more. Sooner Yi Sang brings the knight's charge to a stop. Then the waves begin to crash in. Once, twice, thrice. But unlike the knights in the back streets, the waves don't stop coming. He has always challenged the waves, and is fated to do so for eternity. The waves will always shake the sea until the day of the knight's sinking. Struggle, passive and deactivated. The knight gains the knight's corpus. What the heck's the knight's corpus? Ah! Okay. I know just what to do with this information. Oh shoot. Let's just use base. And second thought, let's just do it like that so I don't die. Okay. There's 4 skills. There we go. That looks about right, hopefully. I can beat that. Thanks. Ishmael. Mail. Okay. We did it. We done did it. Mission accomplished. Dude, I wanted to do easy mode because it was like, I'm out of rounds. The lamp's almost out too. We're holding him back for now, but we won't last much longer. You're covered in blood. No BS. I can last. The lighthouse, not so much. What difference does that make? Soon as we're reeling from the battle against this enemy, who is more like a force of nature than human, without giving us much time to breathe, the knight fixes the spear and begins charging at us again. It didn't take very long for the severity of the situation to dawn, as I quickly begin to rack my head with a desperate wish. What can I do? What can I do here? That's when, through the mist, the black space begins to envelop my vision once again. Wait, this is just like... And from the dark, light shines again. I reach out towards it and see, unlike in the earlier phenomenon, which focused entirely and powerfully on Scatty, a single individual, what I saw this time was an unfamiliar place called Casimir's. Casimir's, I guess. This place was filled to the brim with things that Don Quixote would lose her mind over, like knights and their countless fans, an arena in which to test one's mettle. But the ones in Mia's thoughts sit far from all of that glory, in a very mundane-looking office. He wears a well-kempt set of clothing, while his eyes are, with a slight squint, focused on reading the newspaper. The man looked more like an office worker than a knight, but the most radiant part of that scene was a banner hanging on the wall and a sword. Don Quixote was the first sinner who came to mind. Can she, our ardent admirer of knights and pursuer of glory, spin that energy from his sword as her own? Wait, no, he's different. I need someone who doesn't pursue glory, someone who can handle their own tarnished glory. The sinner who can detachedly wield the entirety of their bygone honor is... Yes, there's just one. Oh. I'll trust you, Gregor. Use this ego to hew into the knight's charge. Split the waves. Use the light to split the waves, huh? I hear you, Manager Bud. Let's do this. Rest assured, this world, this honor, and this glory won't be tarnished. The incandescent golden blades of light surge forth, cleaving through the darkness of the sea. The knight withstands and parries each of those lights away, but he comes to a stop when the last of the golden radiance cuts across the sea and looks in our direction as if to admire it. And finally, the lighthouse makes a low, resonant, creaking noise before firing a bright light towards the ocean horizon. Maris has completed the repairs. The light returneth to its house once more. Silence all. Maris is saying something. Like Otis said, Maris was peeking out of the window and shouting something at us. Vessel Massus is still near the shores, somewhere in the coastal sea. It moored somewhere by the beach, somewhere quite a bit of distance away from the village coast. Confirmed. I'll radio Dr. Cosset immediately. That's all well and good. But what about that monster? Yeah. What if it charges at the lighthouse again and destroys it? I heard it talk during our battle, but I don't think that creature is capable of actually communicating with them. This will be a problem. Don Quixote. Wait, don't get too close to it. It's too dangerous. See. Before we could stop her, Don Quixote has already approached as close as she could to the Seaborn, her eyes twinkling. She takes a brief moment to admire the knight and his steed, before asking in an energetic tone, "O mighty knight, what is the name of thy noble steed?" Roshi Nante. Wait, she can communicate with him? Ah! 'Tis quite the coincidence then. My noble steed is also named Ryoshinante. Yeah. One who is not a comrade. They are a steed, you say. Forsooth, a steed most fine indeed. It hath served me well over countless adventures of mine, despite its appearance. Yet I must inquire thee, noble knight, wherefore dost thou strike this lighthouse so? Ishur Mala. It was not the waves. The waves are darker, more rakas. Perchance there was a tad inconvenient misunderstanding here then. Good night. I and my compatriots are now embarking upon an adventure most important, yet with thy obstruction we are unable to do so. Prithee, wilt thou return to whence thou came? Don Quixote regarded the knight with a stance that was at once courteous and brave. And the knight and his steed, Ryoshinante, stared wordlessly back at Don Quixote. I wasn't sure if she managed to get through to the knight, or if the knight just lost interest, but they both departed the lighthouse, looking out to the far distance. So they really exist, Seaborns who hope for something other than just survival. Such powerful seaborns lurk at sea. Are you alright? Donkey. Oh, Donkey. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know she was called Donkey. I'm gonna check stream really quick. Oh, there's 4 views. There's one current view, but there's like 4 views until. Well, hello there. I guess. I hope you're real. You should be thankful that it somehow yielded a positive outcome. When are you gonna to fix that habit of rushing forward without thinking it through? Mine apologies. While Don Quixote returned the night with that bizarre conversation, Amiya raised her voice, happily as though she just received good news. What? Dr. Calcet, is that true? What's going on? The doctors managed to infiltrate the vessel Massas. They're already done cleaning up the decks and are now waiting for the rest of us to arrive. But it's been hardly 10 minutes since the lighthouse came on. The doctor's an excellent strategist, and based on what Dr. Calcet told us, I think they already had some plans in motion before we activated the lighthouse. Great, let's return to Scatty and join them. We returned to the Wrath and explained what had transpired. Scatty listened to us quietly before replying to the exact same manner as she did before. Someone's going to have to stay behind. I'll stay. Go find the vessel, Massas. You're going to refuse again if we offer help, aren't you? Yes. That's fair. Okay. Alright, sorry, I had to leave for a quick second. Hold on. Okay. Then I'll see you after we retrieve the vessel Massas, and I'll let Doctor know what happened here. What an oddball. Yeah. We done did it. That I don't really need it, because
죽은 자의 흔적을 찾으려는 자들이 와도 아무것도 알 수 없을
But we
것이다.
here for the free lunacy
볕이 들면
and the story,
그림자는
the
거두어지므로.
lore. How many stages are here? Oh, there's 14 in total, so this is 12. So we're like, okay, we're not that far. Oh shoot. Oh shoot.
필구, 출진.
This is the doctor, researcher at Rhodes Island. Nice to meet you. When I, after everything we went through, finally had the chance to meet the doctor of Rhodes Island, I realized that I had been building a vastly different image of them in my mind based on the name alone. I was thinking they were going to be someone like Yi Sing, Faust, or Hohenheim from LCE. But the first impression of them was similar to what I felt when I met a K-Corp employee. The clock just ticked. Yeah, he does that sometimes. And this is Dante, a manager at Limbus Company. That ticking just now was nice to meet you. Okay. Thanks for accompanying Amiya. Honestly, I was pretty worried when we were separated at the border. I should thank you and Amiya, actually. We would have been in a real pickle without her, so... It's a bit embarrassing to repeat that myself. Dante says that we would have been in a real pickle without Miss Amiya. Sorry, Manager Bud, can't talk human. Oh wait, sorry, Manager Bud can't talk human, so don't worry about it. We'll take over the translation. It is incorrect to state that the manager cannot talk human. A more accurate assessment would state that the manager is incapable of accessing sonic means of communication, which includes verbal communication. However, they are able to produce repetition of multiple sounds that may register on a similar scale of the ticking of multiple hands, second hands, minute hands of a clock. That's a lot, Mersal. I don't know. Something about the way Mersal put it sounds worse. Yeah, you right. Don't worry. It is not a difficult task when only a single individual has to be translated. Doctor, let us move on to the next step of the plan. Next steps? Thanks to Limbus Company's efforts, we obtained the exact coordinates of the vessel masses and managed to capture the decks with ease. However, Fabius, who is suspected to be a bishop of the deep, and his followers have barricaded themselves inside the bridge's control room. While it may seem as though they're hiding, I believe they're trying to bait us. As in, they are waiting for us to enter the bridge before summoning reinforcements from elsewhere to trap us in a pincer attack. Something like that. That elsewhere is most likely to be the sea, as the reinforcements are probably more sea terrors. Fabius is seaborn, and the ocean will answer to the call of their kind. Limbus Company and Irene will head to the bridge and neutralize Fabius. Amiya and I will accompany you to provide support and identify the situation within the bridge. In the meantime, Calcit and the other operators will remain on standby on the ship's exterior at the pre-designated locations. I like to avoid getting surrounded by sea terrors before we manage to take down the Church of the Deep within the bridge. I observed several entry points leading straight to the bridge while we were working on repairing the vessel. Your force doesn't seem numerous enough to knock off all of them. It's true that there are many entry points here, but we won't need forces guarding every single one of them, especially here. The hallway is narrow, long and straight, so makes sense to me. How about here? Are you sure you're not overly focusing your forces to a single checkpoint? Let's see. But on closer look, looks like Commanding Officer Otis is finally in her environment. Got any questions, Manager Bud? I have no idea what they're talking about, but if I'm being honest. Really? I saw you commanding the sinners earlier. You seemed pretty adept at giving orders and making strategic decisions. Indeed, they seem quite adept at making on the spot strategic commands and identifying exploitable weaknesses and patterns in their enemies. However, the Doctor and the Outsider are operating on fundamentally different fields. No further elaboration is necessary. Agreed. That particular aspect of strategizing is not one of the Manager Dante's obligations, and even if there is a chance for them to engage in such elements, It may be too early to do so. Is that so? It is. At least that is what Faust has judged. What are they on about? I was about to ask that myself. I want ego. Anyways. I don't know. I have no idea. Having finished her discussion with the doctor over the plan, Otis returned wearing a grim look. Huh? Is there something wrong with that plan? No, there wasn't anything wrong with the plan. I expected a certain degree of competency, but they were impressive, far beyond my expectations. Oh, good job. Really? That's good, huh? Even when I think back to my days in the line of duty, I can't think of too many like them. Right, so they're dependable. Good enough for me. If you're strategizing done, let's get cracking. I hate British. What of you, Miss Mayors? If it is too much to face what awaits, then you need not follow us. I decided to stay here anyway. The doctor is going to update you in real time on where the safe zones are, so please keep that communicator close to you. I will. Hey, if Gramps... Is there something that you would like for us to do? No, it's nothing. If there's something you want to tell him, contact us through the communicator at any time. We're going to find a way to resolve this as peacefully as we can, but if the negotiations break down... Yeah, I know what you mean, Doctor. Be safe, everyone. Nice. Leaving Maris behind with her unfinished sentence, we followed the Rhodes Island team into the bridge. The bridge was as gaudily decorated as ever. Looks fancy, bro. Fabius, flanked by hooded followers of the Sea Terrors, greeted us with a kindly smile. Welcome. I truly did appreciate thy kindness. Wherefore didst thou seek to harm us? Your suspicions are certainly justified, but I implore you to think back. If you truly believed that we had sought to harm you, then how would you explain that one peaceful night you had spent in Faro Morato? We have never wished you any harm. We did not then. We do not now. Huh? Not even a day after you folks stabbed us in the back like cowards, and you want us to believe that? Our wish has always been the same. We only wish to extend the freedom to roam the seas to those with capable, kind-hearted souls. Mate, we know you were just trying to turn us into sea monsters of some kind. Monster is only a name. The essence of its being changes, not regardless of the label given to it. Become one with the sea, become one with the endless cycle of life, and one day your misunderstandings will end, and you will come to understand us. Looks like this fight between us is going to be unavoidable. I pulled out the identity cards the moment I saw Fabius raising his hand. The doctors seemed to have finished their preparations as well, as they and Amiya stood opposite Fabius. Incoming! Get ready, everyone! Let's stop them here, for good, no matter how long it takes. Their strategic formation prioritized reducing sacrifices to the absolute minimum. Their commands sought to protect, sought to defend, and their forces were quick to follow them. Rhodes Island's operation was certainly impressive, but that's not exactly our style. All I can do is put my faith in the sinners and push them onwards. Our style is, trust me, to bring you back, no matter how many times they cut you down. Let's wipe them out. Beat this game quicker. Okay. Alright. Alright. Let's do this. I'll rush. No worries. Okay. Shoot, it's neutral. Let's do that instead. Struggling, I don't know. Favor, there we go. Oh, okay, so it's gonna be favored either way. Beat the living shit out of them as fast as you can. We don't have much time, bro. After this, we do hard mode, and we're just gonna skip the story for the majority of it. Because I would like to see how horrible it is to do hard mode. Damn it. Otis, you piece of shit. Oh wait, was that not Otis? Oh, it's probably Ryoshi. Oh, Ryoshi, you piece of shit. Come on, bro. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Got you. We'll have you do that, and then we'll have you do this. Because he has like 4 skills. Just in case if he doesn't die, I'll have another guy kill him. Okay, never mind. So that was fun. But hey, at least we killed both of those. Ooh, Faust. Alright, come on. We gotta rush this. Rush this like what? Wait a minute. I think I know who you are. 12 billion times. It feels like I know who you are. Unless you're not. Which would be funny, but okay. Where was I? Right here. So I gotta beat the living shit out of you. Festive, okay. I don't wanna fight this thing. This thing is so annoying. Okay. Unopposed? What do you mean you're unopposed? Well, screw you. Oh, okay. Let's do this one because it's better. Which one did you have an unbreakable coin? I have no idea, but you have 3. Let's do this, and let's do, you're unopposed, okay. Let's do this. Let's have the 4 coin over here, just in case something were to happen, let's do that, and then we'll have you kill him. Kill him. Kill them all, I beg of you. Why, bro? You sold with heads, not heads. Tails. Some damage. Come on. Let's go. Strike them around. Stagger. There we go. They're just basically like one shot with a single skill. There we go. Stagger. I don't mind if you like stagger them. It's fine. Just try it first. Alright, we got one guy. Festive. Alright, we got this. Alright, where are you? Let's screw around with that. That would be funny. Now let's kill you with this. You're tanky as fuck, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. Let's not waste skills, please. This, and then we'll have you attack that. So now everyone gets to die. Hopefully. Or at least stagger. Some die. Oh, okay, you just died. Alright. Boom. Wow. There we go. Stagger. Take him down. Oh, you didn't even force skill 3. Alright, that's good. Fourth point. Alright, they're down. They're dead. They're dead. Come on, bring out Fabius. Oh, we're not even gonna fight Fabius until after. Fuck. Well, I'm still gonna save that skill. Oh, you're struggling. Dominating.
목을 콱 물어버리자고.
I really don't want to like waste rounds, in my most honest opinion. I wasted some skills, so that was very disappointing. They're dead, so.
거쳐. 불쌍하게 울부짖는군.
There we go. Perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna need this and this because that guy has like a lot of health. And then you want like a bunch of these. I'm gonna save the skill freeze for the final fight. It's gonna counter. Okay. Do that. This, that, come on. You guys got this, you guys got this. You guys don't got this. You guys are taking too long. Hell no. I want to save the skills for later. This. No, we want that actually. For skills. Please kill him. This guy is sleeping for no reason. There we go. Now we gotta fight. How many rounds? Dear God. Okay. We're just going to do this and hope that everything goes well. Everything damage related, we're just gonna do this and that. Screw you and your defense. Go Faust. No skill, no point. Okay. Come on, bro. Alright. In this long journey, in times of restlessness, search for hope and a future. Find your own answer. Bro, that's not a lot of damage, bro. Hey, 69, okay. There we go. We need to kill him. We need to kill Fabius. Oh shoot. It's fine. The majority of my signature is not staggered yet. Oh, two of them are staggered. Screw you. I don't care. We are killing this fucker. Another one. As many skills as we can. Wait, do you have... how big is it? Oh, that's a very small attack though. Nah. We don't have one that does like a big enough area, so I'll just do that instead. And hope that it targets more than one. Alright, he's gonna die. This works. Don't look away, for the waves will carry you out of your element. Shoot. This is probably more than 10 rounds, but like I don't care. Because I gotta rush through this event. Because I did not do this in time. I really thought if I just killed Fabius, everything else will die. I guess I was wrong. Come on. Come on, bro. Way too much health. Not health, my fault. Defense. Their health was fine, it's just the defense. It's not half as bad compared to like a lot of the other stuff, but it's like really annoying to deal with. Apologies, I had to answer a text. Oh yeah, Hong was gonna do that. There we go. Where have you been? There we go. And this guy should be dead. I said that guy should be dead. Win rate. Die, just die, please. Just please die. Die. There we go. I don't want to deal with that. That was so annoying. I'm gonna probably redo that round. Ah, shoot, I misclicked. Whoops. They're pretty persistent. Fabius flees again, using Sea Terrors and his followers as meat shields. Wait, no, I see it now. It's not Fabius who's putting them in harm's way to save himself. The Sea Terrors and the cultists are throwing themselves in our way, entirely willing to sacrifice their lives to ensure that Fabius gets away. But for all that, the only place left for him to flee on the ship, wounded and cornered by the sinners in Irene's lamplight, was the decks. Nowhere left to run, Fabius. I understand you. I understand you can't help but continue to thrash and struggle to live, even knowing that there's no hope. But running will only make your pain worse. That's different. Fabi didn't run to live. A voice echoes from under the dark sky. Mayars, appearing quite different from how she did a moment ago. She approached Fabius slowly, her expression solemn and mournful. She looks down at him wordlessly. I told you that your methods won't win their understanding, Fabi. What a shame. I thought those with such wisdom and aptitude would. I hoped you would still be able to realize your ideal here, even after I'd left. I will be realized. Fabius may die here, but we will return. Oh, we will remain. Now it is time. Devour me. What Fabius blurted out threw us off once again, even before we regained our footing from the shock of realizing Mayora's true alliance. Alliance? Eat people? Oh, look like they're about to give us a live demonstration of some gourmet art. I heard it's a pretty common thing in the District 23 backstreets, but I'd rather not see it in person. Hey, I think I'm just gonna look away. That's okay, right? Just what? Doctor, weaker Seaborns willingly let themselves be devoured by stronger ones, thereby sharing their experiences and nutrients with them. This is a commonly accepted practice among them. It is but a behavior that prioritizes survival over all else. This isn't done in any sense of sacrifice. The time is here. Devour me. Set sail toward your ideal. Sorry, Fabi. I've still got some canned food left for me on this ship, and I think I'll delay becoming a Seaborn for a little while. Why? I found a new destination. I'll gain a new power from there, and then become a Seaborn. So now is not yet the time. If that is your will, O Bishop. Don't worry, your flesh will fatten the bloodkin of the sea. Mayoras wave her hand, and the sea terrors climb up to the vessel from the ship and begin tearing Fabius into pieces. Despite the way it looked, Fabius looked exhilarated, nary a look of suffering or pain wrinkling his face as they ripped his flesh apart. We turned away from the scene that could not be described as anything else other than cannibalism to look at Mayoras. Calcit, if she don't need to ask questions when the answer lies plainly before you, Doctor. What is happening? Wherefore did young Mayoras? It wasn't Fabius. Mayoras was the bishop of the deep. Shoot, okay. Oh, how many floors? Clear stage. Oh, just clear stage. Lights up the city. They've played us. Don't despair. We still have the upper hand. We defeated Fabius and his cultists already, and even if they were to summon more sea terrors, we should be able to handle them without much trouble. Hey, Ahir, because that's what's apparently pronounced as. Just what were you thinking the entire time as you deceived us? I had a feeling I knew what she was going to say to that. She was either going to say that it was for our sake, that it wasn't a deception at all, or maybe she'll give us one final gloating. But her reply, the words of which were carefully selected after gazing out at the far ocean, was not what any of us could have expected. I'm sorry. I thought this would be the better way to approach you, but I see how it can come across as nothing more than deception. You're sorry? Why? Dante wants to know why you're sorry. Huh? Well, that's because I did something wrong. Wait, hold on. You've been deceiving us all along, Mayoras? And now you're gonna... Oi, what exactly are you after? You're after the same thing that the geezer was, ain't that right? Turn us into your bloodkins? That it was all for our sake, given all kinds of ridiculous excuses to turn us into one of those monsters? I do hope that you would all one day accept becoming Seaborns. But I'm not about to demand that you let yourselves be transformed today, right here and now. I understand that we all need some time to mentally prepare ourselves. May I understand your statement to be implying that you will not be forcing this upon us, should we refuse? That's correct. It be against manners to do what Fabius did, shoving sea terror cells inside your body out of nowhere. Manners, huh? Well, I was taken aback by the fact that Manners was a bishop of the deep. It was also true that Manners had never tried to bring us harm, unlike Fabius, who attacked the sinners directly. While she did almost get us in big trouble with Irene while explaining things to us. It's also true that Manners has been extremely helpful so far. It was her who led us to the lighthouse, and it was her who stayed in that crumbling lighthouse until the repairs were done, as that terrifying night continued to assail its walls. What was your actual relationship to Fabius anyway? Just someone who also once strove to realize the visions of our ideal worlds. Our goals once converged, but not now. I was pretty taken aback too, when they attacked you back at the village. Maybe he got greedy when he saw Faust and Otis repairing the ship. He got greedy? Fabius believed that welcoming capable people as bloodkin would expedite Seaborn's evolution. Cool. So you're not like some cult leader, but you don't necessarily want to antagonize us. You still haven't told us what you're after, though. I'm going to the city that lies beyond the dimensional door. So you're trying to flee to a different world where the Inquisition won't be able to chase you? This isn't running away. I just want to help the people of the city. That's all. So I'm bringing the Seaborns with me to the city. Don't tell me you're going to invade the city alongside those monsters then. Then the foghorn suddenly blared, and the ship shook as it began to move. Vessel Massus has begun to move. Is this an automated sailing program? The vessel Massus will now sail towards the dimensional door. I'll let Rhodes Island and Irene go right in front of the door, so don't worry. Did you seriously just tell us not to worry? Faust! Please calm yourself, Dante. It has not yet been determined if that is indeed the dimensional door connecting directly back to the city. No, it has to be. The warm, shining light and the voice from within is getting clearer and clearer. Wait. Why don't we just let them into the city? The battles thus far has done well enough to demonstrate the level of danger Seaborns pose. However, I doubt they'll get very far, even if they were to enter the city. Don't you agree? In Hongguan, we've all seen what happens when sapient, sentient, non-human entities enter the city. The head will take action the moment they realize their presence. Of course, we must prepare ourselves for repercussions in case they decide to hold Limbus Company responsible once the dust settles. Yet, it is also very likely that we will fully escape any culpability, as we saw in the memories of the Kong massacre. Your thoughts, Faust? Urban Nightmare. However, considering their specific attributes, it will not take long for them to rise to become a star of the city level threat. There is a reasonable possibility that they may be issued the Imperatus Civitatis classification. Okay. Is that not an acceptable risk? If not the head, they should be manageable by a wing. That isn't a terrible... this isn't that terrible of a calamity. But Cowsett shook her head resolutely. No. Your technology seems to be based on something else, which is neither Originium Arts nor any of its derived technology. And that is precisely what could make your world vulnerable against Seaborns. Is it because they learn fast? Yes, those on the front lines of the war against Seaborns stubbornly stick to using traditional low-tech weapons. Deploying high-tech weapons against them is only going to make you an enticing meal. Then can't we just let whichever unfortunate wing that ends up fighting these? Do take into account that it may take a significant amount of time to earn their trust, even if they were to be convinced. There would be other parties with alternative perspectives on the matter, complicating issues. The situation will rapidly grow out of control if backstreet syndicates or fixers get involved, unless the head designates a taboo to prevent it. Even then, considering what she has been saying, yes, we must consider the possibility that they... Stop. Sorry, that was my alarm. I don't know if it picked it up though, so... Yes, we must consider the possibility that they may be capable of absorbing the head's technology as well, before they are expelled from the city. How do you plan on helping the people of the city, Maros? By giving them a chance to become Seaborns? What are you on about? Become Seaborns? She ain't all there either. What kind of help is that? Maris, you know that that's no different from what the Church of the Deep is doing here. No, it is different. Because someone showered the city with the light. The light? The beam of light from the White Nights and Dark Days incident. How do you... Could it be? Becoming a Seaborn is to become a part of a great will we call We Many. By doing so, one can be reborn as an altruistic life form, but at the cost of ego, the sense of self. And that's always been my issue with it. Everyone has beliefs of their own, dreams of their own. It feels too empty to lose all of that when they inevitably lose their sense of selves as they become Seaborns. Look, I want each Seaborn to have their own wishes. But the light shining through the dimensional door to our world is too faint to push them towards that evolution. If only the light of the city could become more tangible, it just might be able to give every Seaborn an identity of their own, to remain uniquely themselves. Then why is it that you advocate towards those of the city to join the Seaborns when one could simply learn more of the light before returning here? At first, I thought all I needed was the clue to a better evolution, but Don Quixote's tales of adventures changed my mind. Mine adventures? You don't understand just how precarious you all are. Excuse me. And how would you, when you were born into that kind of world from the very start? A place where life has become a commodity and gold, one of its few religions. The city has abandoned its yesterdays to survive today, and by doing so has given up on its tomorrows. Just as I needed the light, the city needs Seaborns. Its needs, their tenacious. Okay, I can't. I'm very sorry. I had to rush this entire bit, so I'm trying to read as fast as I can. I'm very sorry. But anyways, hello everyone. Hope you are all enjoying the stream so far. It's pretty delayed, so I hope it's not too big of an issue for the rest of you. Okay. It needs her tenacious hold to life and their absolute unconditional selflessness. Excuse me. Excuse me. But at the end of the day, it still means that everyone has to turn into monsters. People ostracize the other. Something that isn't like me. Something that feels alien to me. Something I don't know or understand. So that fear is natural, because Seaborns are not human. But you just have to cross that threshold once. Miss Mayors, do you believe the nature of humanity to be evil? Humans are selfish, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Good things can come from selfishness, that's for sure. But the side effects have become simply unsustainable. Doctor, you've been to countless battlefields where Rhodes Island has fought tooth and nail for the rights of the infected. But what came of it? Peace? Oh man, you pissed off Don Quixote. No, it's the same. But still, we're all still getting better, little by little. I'm not trying to deride those small, incremental steps and call them meaningless. Change takes time, and should it continue, I believe your efforts can be a beacon of light that will lead humanity towards a brighter future. But what about everyone who is sacrificed while you're taking your time, taking those incremental steps? Every single day of that incremental change is marred by unjust deaths. Some are enslaved for no other reason than their differences. People live on in that despair that seems to have no end. Excuse me. I am just blurring my words, I guess. But I'm trying my best here. I'm sorry. Is there something wrong with my stream? No, there's nothing wrong with my stream. Okay. Apologies. I agree with that. The light told me. With what the light told me. People are disease. They're so sick that even in the far-flung future, even on the day the world ends, they will continue to fail to look forward, obsessed with scrutinizing each other in search of those differences. Even when a year returns to sea, they're still going to bully and hate everyone with pointed ears, labeling them as years. Even when orphathy is truly eradicated, people are still going to suspect and persecute someone as the infected. People are imperfect beings. You're right. There probably isn't anyone out there who can really sacrifice themselves for the sake of others with nothing but perfect selflessness. But not when it comes to Seaborns. Oh shit. Okay. They don't suffer from all this absurdity, nor are they coerced to sacrifice against their will. They have the power to progress toward a better future, built from mutual understanding. Okay. Because they're the kind of life form that seeks common ground instead of scrutinizing for differences. The bells. A strange shaped form shimmers and materializes before Mayors. I couldn't quite tell what it was, but it was round, and it looked like a tool. It is possible that she already met the conditions of A possible explanation would be the absence of the particular pole required to draw it out of her, or the insufficiency of it. This isn't anything like the arts. What is happening in front of Miss Mayors? Is our proximity to the dimensional door increasing the potency of influences coming over from the city? Precisely. The connection to Faust returning to normal levels seems to indicate that. Wait, can people in other worlds, I mean Mayors, also manifest ego? Internal conflict and anguish is a commonality among every intellect entity, regardless of whether they are from the city or not. Therefore, yes, Faust is quite positive on this possibility as well. However, what does that mean? The potential of effervescence and ego implies the potentiality. Implies the potential to distort as well. You've been dreaming for a long time, Mars, drawing your own picture. Drawing your own picture of an idealized world. And you have chosen the ocean as the means to building a path towards that vision. Yet, why have you failed to take the leap of faith of fuck. Yet, why have you failed to take the leap of faith yourself? I had to make preparations. Seaborns are beautiful. There's no doubt about it. It's just that a key piece was missing to really achieve what I want. You're not being honest with yourself. I know it very well that you were afraid of becoming one of them. The fear that your own creed might crumble, that you might lose your own sense of self, your ego. The fear that you might end up becoming nothing more than just another thing, swept up by the overwhelming will. Sorry. Isn't it terrifying that this hope can just disappear in a blink? Who is she talking to? Is this something Limbus Company has experience with? If so, I'd appreciate an explanation. Oh, she's distorting. She's hearing that voice. When that singular faith that one had absolute confidence in breaks in one fell swoop, and their ironclad will is shattered, people of the city have the potential to distort into a monstrous form at any time. It is said that these phenomena are often accompanied by the distorting individual hearing a disembodied voice. Indeed, those who distort would oft behave as though they were engaging in a conversation, of course. The same could be said for those who awaken ego. At first, I thought it was Kathy, but it wasn't her. The voice was beautiful, comforting, and even cozy, the kind of voice that pulls all deep contemplation to sleep, so calm and so warm. No. There is more to the sunshine than its warmth. Fuck. My words are being slurred. The sunshine? You don't share your interest with the other devotees. Survival isn't what you care about. What you really care about is giving everyone a chance to experience what it feels like to live in a world of warmth. Ephemeral, it might, yeah, probably that. It may be. Right, we have to be more than just prolonging our existences. What really matters isn't survival, it's what we leave behind for posterity. Posterity? Yes. Our legacy. As long as there's a guarantee that the light can indeed protect the sense of self, it will be more than enough to convince people to become Seaborns. Please, you don't have to concern yourself with what other people might think, Mayors. But everyone has their own wishes. I can't just bulldoze over their force and Sorry. I can't just bulldoze over theirs to force mine upon them. But that's not what you really believe, is it? You know that better than anyone. While you hesitate, countless people who are bound to the inescapable brittle will continue to suffer. Bridle. I think it's bridle. Yeah. That might be true, but it's okay. You don't have to hide the shape of your heart, its colors. The only thing you have to concern yourself with is how you can lead the people of the city and then Terra. Okay, we can't just sit here and let this happen. Operators, to positions. Operators unable to approach. She's surrounded by a strange field doctor. Whenever someone would distort due to reasons other than the monolith, a strange pressure would prevent our approach, as though to stop us from interfering. Looks like that applies here too. All the way over in another world. Love is our collective destination, after all. So please, let go of this tool that might break your heart. Don't force yourself to walk the path of thorns. Your pilgrimage needn't be that of suffering. No, I You don't believe in any recourse, do you? Other than this, anyway. Don't you think we should find a better, faster path with less suffering? Before more people inevitably hurt each other with their ill intent. You're right. Oh, shoot. If there is no recourse, then it has to happen faster. I can't waste any more time while people suffer. Follow your wishes, follow your desires, and paint. Let's show them the painting of your world reflected in your own eyes. But before the compassion they believe in becomes completely worthless. Mayor, the yearning Flotsam. Shoot. I understand the shape of your heart and what makes you want to enter the city. But we still know so little about the Seaborns, about Terra, about Iberia. Whatever may have lit the fire under your feet. I can't bring you with us to the city as you are now. Even before the sinners had the chance to translate my words, Mira slowly turned to my direction, as though she clearly understood my words. But I must, Dante. Your adventures were full of exhilarating tales, and I saw kindness in the every word and action of you and your friends. But that's not enough. You don't think they'll change? No, they will. Okay. In the far, far future, the incandescent brilliance burst forth from before Mayors. Past that light, I saw the ocean. Whoa. A cool ship. The calm sound of gently lapping, crashing waves, the immense golden brilliance. A portal? Where did it come from? When did it come from? Dungeon of the Fathoms. A gate that leads into one's heart. This periphery is where LCB department's specialty begins. While what lies beyond this does not necessarily warrant Rhodes Island's presence. Can you guys help? Oh, okay. Can you guys help? I don't know what kind of fathoms I'm walking into, but I have a feeling that we're going to need your assistance. Dr. Calson. We're only here to investigate the dimensional door, but I don't want us to turn our backs on people we can help. Rhodes Island accepts Limbus Company's cooperation request. I'll go too. You're still in Iberia. I can't let Iberian business be handled solely by outsiders, let alone an incident connected to the Church of the Deep. Don't worry. It's not like this is the first time we're letting someone not in our group into a dungeon of the Fathoms. We'll be fine. That gives me PTSD from Kanto 1. More sea terrors. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that sea terrors that were swarming the lighthouse are coming this way as well. I'll call Scatty here. You'll be staying behind then. Amiya will go with you, Doctor. Following Maris, who had already disappeared into the portal, we take our steps into the utopian world beyond. Okay, let me check chat real quick. Okay, nothing much. Got you. Alright, let's ball. Let's do this. It can't be that bad, right? Can't be that bad. We're going with Rupture. Let's see how this goes. News of the war is getting grimmer by the day. Oh, this is past. The sea terrors are coming, swarming. This is the day when the ocean-born calamity broke and sunk a year's seemingly infinite starward growth. The city looks nice. Aren't you going to the surface mirrors? More and more people have been getting more anxious to stay in a year. I'm not. If a year follows, it only means that the surface is soon to follow. Why? Think you'll head to the surface too? I'm thinking about it. While there weren't that many people around me, While there weren't that many, people around me began to leave for the surface. I considered some of them to be close acquaintances that all tried to convince me to leave with them. But fleeing my home in favor of the land didn't feel right. The foretold calamity descended. It dealt a heavy blow to a year, but the surface suffered much worse. I had to help them. How could I not, after hearing that such a terrible thing has happened? I think I'll head to the surface. Seriously, the surface? Think hard about it before you go. If you leave now, coming back might no longer be an option. Every day must be a struggle for them. At least I don't have to fear for the immediate tomorrow. So it's my responsibility to provide help, as someone who is better off than them, even by a little. I know, but if I don't go there to help, things will only get much more dangerous for the land dwellers. Maybe that danger is the very thing that'll hurt you. I still think I have to help them. I procured myself an Aerian research vessel at a cheap price to bring me to the land. Unable to even submerge itself while moving, this wasn't exactly the best ship out there, and I normally wouldn't have even given it a second look. Hold on. What are they doing? Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm hoping that bit didn't go through my mic, not mic, through the stream, but even if it did, I hope it didn't get me in trouble since it's like a very small second. Yeah, but it's like the one top 600 openings, and that's all the description I'm gonna give, unless I need to. Oh, hi. There's another person. Good morning. Okay. I'm gonna get back to the story real quick. Hey. Work. There we go. Unable to even submerge itself while moving, this wasn't exactly the best ship out there, and I normally wouldn't have even given it a second look. But I thought it would at least help me navigate the coastal sea. I didn't expect this. The very first thing I witnessed on the surface was the bottomless hostility against the Air. They denied an Air's offer for help, the sole reason that I came from the sea. They denied my compassion, my research. Get lost. We don't need your stupid research. You're from the same place as that calamity, aren't you? Do you really think we're so stupid that we'd trust you? They confiscated my catalysts and tore my research apart. My wish to stand with them against the calamity was devoured by the hatred born of the same calamity. Any kindness, any compassion I gave them was repaid twofold in hatred and suspicion. Did the terrible conditions of this land transform them into monsters, or was this always their nature? It wasn't long before the research vessel I brought from a year was confiscated out of suspicion. A few weeks later, and when I finally came across that vessel by the beach, there was an uncanny name inscribed on its side. Rebellion de la Masas. Rebellion. Okay, I thought that was a double I. Okay. Rebellion de la Masas. But none of them... Okay, sorry. But none of that was enough to stop me from continuing my research for the sake of the land. For the sake of the land dwellers. I went through so many trials. Okay, that sounded bad. Hold on. I went through so many trials and errors to somehow impede the Sea Terror's rapid evolution, to revive the Iberian soil contaminated by the Nether Sea brand. But my work bore barely any fruit, and I let the days float by as I watched the Inquisition arrest their year one by one. When my Sea Terror samples and research notes came into view, they all looked completely different from one another, some of them with fundamentally different physiologies. That I probably pronounced that incorrectly. My words are not doing well. I apologize for that. Even still, nothing stopped them from being us instead of I. And for the first time, I became doubtful of my efforts to interrupt their evolution. Her tales were not entirely fabrications. Maris is a bishop of the Church of the Deep, so that automatically makes her a sinner in the eyes of the Inquisition, regardless of her reasons. The more I studied them, the more I found them to be such compassionate, altruistic creatures. All they cared about was their survival, without even a hint of selfishness. They're not some evil monsters from the sea. Maris, I can see that Seaborns may not be evil, but it doesn't matter what they are. Whether they are kindly life forms, or whether they are simply a different form of civilization, it doesn't matter. Because Iberia and her Inquisition does not define Seaborns as evil. Seaborns are our enemy, threats to human existence. I have but one thing to say as an Inquisitor. All of you are my enemy. But it would be a good thing for the Inquisition if I were to leave for the city, wouldn't it? Why would you say that? It's a good thing for us to toss our problem into another world. That would be like abandoning our pride. Unless the people of the city, give you permission as an Inquisitor, I can't let you do that. Yeah, and don't get your hopes up about that either. You can wrap it in a box, and that says compassion for all you want, but Maris, your course isn't exactly the direction I'd like to sail in. My fault. I am not doing good today. I'm very sorry. As the rest of the sinners prepare for battle in silent agreement with Ishmael's stand, Maris mutters with genuine disappointment. I didn't want to have to do this. Waves. I had no better words to describe that horde of sea terrors crashing into us. But this is the only way it could have ended. Your words are composed entirely of your own color, and no one else's. Menadredante, right? Do speak. We will hold the line and defend this place against the sea terrors rushing in from the rear. So in the meantime, can you take down Mares and deal with the remaining sea terrors? Absolutely. The manager has responded with affirmatively. The manager has responded affirmatively. There we go. All operators will be drawing the sea terrors to us. We don't need to take them all down. We just need to act as a wall between the wave and the people of Limbus Company. Irene, I would like to ask for your help as well. As for Armia, please assist Limbus Company, just in case. Okay, then let the mission begin. Okay, let's do this. Oh, it's like the actual dungeon. Okay. This, that, this. We'll have the chicken there, and then we're gonna have these two here. Let's not do that. Let's have it like this, and call it a day. Alright. Well, I mostly want to save the majority of the skill ones. And that's good. I want to waste the skill 1, but save like anything that's like at least higher than skill 2. Skill 3 is like a priority I have to save.
먹을 콱 물어버리자고.
이건 예상 못했나봐.
시도는 좋았어.
Me and them are there. Oh, okay.
시간 끌 것 없이
Excuse me.
정작 이 정도 판단의 허덕이다.
How are you all enjoying the stream? It's not that great, and I'm also on opinion. I'm trying my best. I don't really like stream that much. I don't know how to properly stream, so I'm trying to do my best with this. And I'm mostly streaming like games that I have, or games that I actually like want to stream. Like Limbus Company, for example. I really want to like post content about this because it's cool to at least like share experiences of the event itself. And for me, I don't really like to read the story that much. I only like to read like after I complete the gameplay, which isn't, I guess, correct in a way. You have to like read the story and do the combat at the same time. So okay, so here's this one. Yeah, this event. We come across a cavern full of sunken ship remnants and golden treasures that have washed up inside. There are all kinds of unfamiliar sculptures and twinkling golden coins. There's a whole pile of treasures here. Hey, the records here say that this used to be a ship that sailed all across Terra. It must be a ship built for conquest, built during the golden age of Iberia. Look, it says here that this is a golden chalice made in Sargon. Combine an armada of tall, proud sails, unparalleled technological innovation, and a certain king's greed, and you get this. Oh, okay. It's the kind of glory we can barely hope to retrieve now. These items would be extremely valuable outside, but none of them seem very helpful for the situation at hand. Should we continue to look just in case? Let's keep looking. Who will step forth? Go Honglu. Oh, okay. That works. Go Honglu. Senator Honglu picked up a golden compass from inside a weathered bag. The inscription of on the compass indicates that it is an artifact created during the era of grand expeditions. How is this artifact still so intact? This place is only a bridge, made of items pulled from the group of unconscious that are most appropriate for the fathoms. It may truly exist, but it may not be in reality. Irene stares at the compass for a moment, tempted, before turning around, having accepted the fact that it probably isn't a real artifact. Eagle gift, gold forged compass obtained.
아는 것을 모른 채 할 수는 없으니.
When using a plus coin skill, heal 5 SP. When using a minus coin skill, lose 5 SP. Each unit's SP cannot drop below negative 40 from this effect once per turn, per identity. Turn start. At max SP or at negative 30 or less SP, gain 1 power up and 2 protection. That's nice. Now we're gonna go have to deal like those hard mode floors eventually. So it's not gonna be too big of a deal. Alright. Oh, this is a focus one. Stop. Alright. I guess we'll use the... Which ones? So I'm gonna use the stronger skills on 3 coins. We'll use that against that thing, because it's gonna be really annoying to deal with. Oh shoot, it's unopposed. Who are you targeting? Oh, that's not that bad. I got that. Okay, so that's unopposed. Who are you targeting in particular? Oh, okay, that's not that bad either. Oh wait, that is bad. Or is it? Yeah, I wouldn't say it's too bad. I'll take it. Okay, let's do it like this. That's the only thing that I can do. I want this bitch staggered. You didn't stagger him. Why do you do like so little damage for like the first 3 coins? You have 45 SP. You shouldn't have. Even if you landed like you landed all hits, you didn't get that much damage for the first 3 coins. That's not really possible. Alright. The event is basically almost over. This is a one-sided event. Between Limbus Company and Arknights, from what I heard. And yeah, it's one-sided. The event is for Limbus Company at the moment, since they can't really do it for Arknights because there's more than one center, and it's just really difficult to, because of their banner system. I believe that's what they said. So that's fun. Probably. That's favorite. That's also favorite. Okay, so yeah, these are just favorite. Yeah. I think that's fine. I mean, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I heard from before. Let me think. I mean, it would be cool to have like Limbus Company characters in Arknights, but like in my most like honest bit, like instead of like having like characters or like having operators for each individual center, just have like an event bit where like the sinners act like supports in a way. Like you don't get to use them. They're just like support operators, or just like what was it? They just replace your operators. I don't know how Arknights work, but like basically like instead of having operators, like all that's gone. You get free sinners. You get to use them in event stages, and you can't use them anywhere else. Like they could technically try to do that. It would make sense. I think. Unless people actually want like identities, not operators of like the sinners, then that would be fair. Because like I would also want like the sinners as like actual operators that I can keep if I were to play Arknights. And like for over here, it's like I would if they didn't have this and stuff, I would actually want to have like stuff related to the event. So I mean, it's like a possibility. It sounds like anyone can technically do that. Alright, so that should... oh, we're not done yet. Oh, we have 10 more. Okay. That really sucks. Because, like, this is a really time-consuming wave. And we're using skill for this. Oh, that's Faust. It's right here anyways, might as well. Lower skills. Oh, we have to kill that thing, so I have to use the skill too. Alright. So, so I had a, in my past of like doing content creating, I started content creating like 2 years ago, and I never actually thought about streaming until like a year later, when I believed that my channel was basically dead. I'm guessing it's dead for now. I mean, I'm still getting like a few people to actually watch my content, but it's like I don't really make it very interesting from how I sound. Hold on. This. Oh, this is a 4 skill. This goes here. Oh, this is 3 coins, so then I can use this instead. Alright, there we go. So, yeah. I make content about a lot of stuff, because I was new to content creating. In fact, I was like so obsessed with content creating that I just use random stuff to record. I mean, my first video that I actually uploaded before I deleted it was gameplay of me playing Windcraft. Basically Minecraft, but like on a server with like cool stuff, like cool mods and etc. And it was like really fun, and I had like 3 videos about it, I believe, before I took them down. And it was fun. It was really fun. It was my first time actually trying to make a video, and the equipment that I used to make said video was like having one of those like bendable phone holders, and then having my phone record the entire thing. I had to like be dead silent. I had to like make sure everybody in my house was like quiet, and it was really difficult too. I didn't even have any type of software to edit videos during the time, and I was like, oh shoot. I was like, no, I made a sound. That means I have to reset and do everything right. And like the content I was doing in Windcraft was basically dungeon run, like doing dungeon runs. Mostly like the common ones, like the decrepit sewers and the I'm just gonna call it the spider thing. I don't really know the original name of it, but that was like the main one. And I did like 3 or 4 of that one weird Coliseum one. That it's also one of the starter dungeons that you will find in Windcraft, but it's whatever. It's not that it was fun. I took the videos down, and then for my next few bits, because I got into a, I would say, Gooner game called Goddess of Victory Nikkei, and was it worth playing it? I wouldn't say it wasn't that bad. I liked the story, but I didn't really like the gameplay too much because it was too suggestive. But it was fun. It was fun, kinda. For like the story, I was deeply invested in the story. I literally like watched a bunch of like video essays and summaries about the lore of Nikkei. I also like my main content that I was doing was collaboration events and their story. I still have like the original recording. I could upload some of it since the majority of it was deleted and lost. But that's for like everyone else to decide. I mean, like for you guys to decide. So I could bring that back if if anyone feels like it. Either way, what I'm planning to do. Okay, hold on. I'm not gonna win rate. No, that's a waste. Hold on. I would say something about that, but I wouldn't actually. Not yet. Okay. So yeah. I still have like some of the original content. Some bits are still unedited. I could repost that. I'm not going to, unless you guys actually want to see it. It sucks, but I mean, to be honest, I might add that to my clip dump video if I make one. But anyways, after beyond that point, my friends, like my IRL friends, actually found out about my content, my YouTube channel, and I was like, oh shoot, my stuff, and it's like, is that, okay. Let me figure out how to say this in a friendly way, in a YouTube won't destroy me way, or like eviscerate me. Is that not safe for work, basically? And it's like, no, not entirely, unless you get to the beach scenes, because that's like a lot of different games in general. They always have a bit for like the beach related activities, not activities, events and stuff, both in games and like also in like mangas, anime, or that type of stuff. And kind of for cartoons in a way. I've seen it in like some kid cartoons, but I don't care. I don't really focus too much on that. I like the story. Yeah. But anyways, my IRL friends actually found out about my channel, saw the stuff, and I had to delete all of it. And it's like, oh no, like I gotta delete all of this stuff. It's like, wait, I could just unlist it. They save it. They save the video. They save all the videos in links. And I'm guessing they're probably gone by now. I hope so. I hope they're actually gone. but right now the videos should be privated or fully deleted. Most of them are fully deleted, I believe. So, unfortunate. But afterwards, I moved on. What other videos did I post? Let me go all the way back. So I did VR chat content as like a genuine bit, and it was on a, I guess, world zombie survival. I think that's what it is. It was a really fun game too. I actually met some people and it was like they were really nice. I friended them too. I still have my old account, but I'm not gonna like use it. I'm not gonna go back to VR chat, cause now it's just not great. Like if none of you guys have seen like what goes on there, it's just not really great. In my most I actually went back like I think last year. It was like dead. I went to like popular worlds like the Black Cat. They were basically empty, and like it says like there's like a lot of people online. I'm guessing it's just like people in private servers or private worlds of that world, but like it was basically a ghost town. And like there's like barely a lot of kids. Even like the worlds that like are there for like usually the common worlds for kids to actually go to, they were empty. There were barely even like a bunch of kids there. Like the bit I say kids is because like when I first played VR chat, it's like every single world I enter, there's at least a tweaker, like some random kid, just like having horrible mics, or just like doing weird stuff. I have seen horrible things in VR chat that I do not want to return to. It burned into my mind. It was that bad. Oh, they're gone. But yeah, it was not great. It was not great. I wouldn't really go back to VR chat. If I feel like it, I might, but I don't have a place to do so. And even if I do, I still won't do it. I still won't go back to VR chat. All right. So next bit is Pavverse. Pavverse SMP. I was part of a was it series, a World Box series. Was it with like a bunch of people? I was part of. I forgot what what the group was, but it was part of the Pavverse stuff. And was it some of the people actually decided to make like an SMP related to Pavverse? And was it great? No, I didn't really do a lot. In my most honest opinion. Let me see. Okay, let me do group. Why are you guys staggered? It's fine. I'll just use I'll just use skill trees for these. Okay. So yeah, I made content on Pavverse SMP. It wasn't great. I wasn't really online that much, so it was like really hard to keep up with the stuff. I also tried doing Skyblock, Hypixel Skyblock. Nobody likes Hypixel Skyblock, from what I could remember. Yeah. And then a few friends of mine were actually going to like make a server in Minecraft, and did it do well? No. The server died in like day 1, so I have content of it. of day one of playing, it was not great. We were still testing out the server too. We had the upcoming dragon event from Hypixel Skyblock. I don't know if they actually like updated it or like actually added it. They probably won't, and even if they did, it's like it's gonna probably die. Oh yeah, I also did Bone Labs. I love Bone Lab, but like after I finished the what was it, story, it got boring, and even with mods it kind of died off. So bored? What? Oh yeah, I post like random videos every single time when I got bored, and I like hoping that something interesting would happen. Right. There is a long line of people waiting outside a rundown building. Inside, people in hoods are distributing something to the visitors. I thank the ocean's blessings. No. We only wish to help you sate your hunger, even a little. We haven't seen you around here. Clearly you've traveled far to get here. Welcome. Sorry, everyone, please understand. They're new here. People in hoods dragged us inside. It's not much, but this should hopefully be able to sate your hunger. Dried fish, huh? Amia and Irene called them fin beasts. Let the other people have it first. Slip them into our bags and pretend we ate them. Okay, let's do that. Who's gonna step up? I sure do wonder. Yeah. We're so glad you enjoyed the food. But did you actually eat it, or? Hong Lu replies calmly. While the flavor was certainly unique, we did like it. At that, they seemed to withdraw their suspicion and turned away. Glad to hear it. Please come back anytime. We'll share some more. Without any reason to stay, we left the building. I felt a little prick on the back of my head, as though the hooded people were staring at us as we walked away, but we managed to quicken our pace and disappear. Ego gift. Sea Terror Jerky obtained.
아는 것을 모른 채 할 순 없으니.
Inflict 3 defense level down to all enemies in focused encounters, all parts. If Sea Terrors are featured among enemies, inflict 7 defense level down instead. That's actually pretty good in this fight. At the center of what appears to be an arc symbolizing the city, at the center of that brilliant golden light, must be Maris. Let's take a quick break here. Are you alright, Doctor? I just need to take a quick breather. You should probably work on your cardio, or Miss Amia might have to piggyback you around. Yeah, well, once we get back, I'll start working out, like Cal suggested. Executive Manager, if it ever comes to it, you may trust me with the piggybacking. I'm good. Perhaps being in close proximity to Mara's vision of Utopia and the center of the light did something. Seaborns near us only gave us a passing glance without attacking us. Something about the way they looked at us felt like they were concerned about us. The sinners couldn't help but look away with a funny feeling. I feel sorrow, regret. Maybe these things are denials for all those times she spent agonizing over this. Can we really bring back Miss Mayoris? We'll help her return. That's what we're here to do, after all. Alright, let's rest up for a bit before moving on. Take a moment to collect ourselves, then move on. After taking enough rest, we continue on toward the refracting light. Revived all dead sinners and heal any surviving sinners to max HP. Oh, we don't even get... okay. Let's do this.
야음을 틈타.
And to drink the last bit of water I have. Mayar's despair, the repulsiveness of people's ill intent, and the faint hope from the light found within. All kinds of emotions and memories rise to the surface of Amina's fathoms, then sink again. Those names, thoughts seep into me as well, unfiltered. The sins that people have committed won't just go away. Humanity's ill intent will propagate unimpeded too. But the tides that Miss Mayars is trying to summon, to douse it, will devour humanity, their civilization, and the city they came from. So I don't think that's the right way to go. Not as long as Dante and the people of Limbus Company refuse. This isn't like the time I retrieve the ego. In place of the light, a speck of darkness casts a shadow. Reach out into the darkness. A strange power courses through me. A strange power courses through me before radiating towards the sinners. All sinners gain emotional connection for the duration of this encounter. Oh, what the heck? It's emotional.
주께서 찾아오시는 것.
On hit against enemies, 50 divided by number of coins, percent chance to gain 1 ego resource corresponding to the use ego and a skill's affinity. When an enemy dies after an allied unit's steel attack ends, gain 2 least owned ego resources. In an encounter, gain 1 ego resource of each affinity consumed when using the following ego skills. 2 of each when using overclock skills. To remain oneself Honolulu, command Meltdown Faust, Unbrilliant Glory Gregor, title Elegy Ishmael. Okay. Interesting. So these are just basically unclassable. That's a 3 skill, a 3-point skill. Yeah, I don't want to use 3 coins. I want to use 2 coins instead. Oops. Sorry. Ah. Pain. Hello. Oh, no viewers. That's fine. I'm used to having 0 viewers. Okay, so I did random videos of like when I got bored. Some of them were just like news and stuff. It wasn't great. And I did Souls RNG videos, which slander was stupid. Stupidly funny. So, oh, what the heck? What are these artworks, though? These have different colors. Okay, that's weird. Can I clash? Yeah, I can clash them. Okay. Oh, that's struggling. Okay, that's hopeless. Alright, it's really getting on my nerves. We're doing that. Okay. So yeah, I made videos on Souls RNG and Peppers, and then the videos that got me, I guess, popular or blown up. Guide to Lobotomy Corporation, my very first guide video, and then Guide to Lobotomy Corporation manager role, second popular video because of like all that stuff, and then I made a little teaser or like a little trailer for my upcoming content on Lobotomy Corporation. It sucks. Okay. It was just gonna be recording of like me quote unquote streaming, and it was not great. And then there was like I had a Limbus company, not Limbus, a Lethal company video went during the time when it was popular. It wasn't that great. So, and then I also had like minor Lobotomy Corporation videos, and then it just like died off there. Yeah, my thumbnails suck, but it was funny. I did some I did like an April Fool's video. And I also did like other bits. Grinding to Arbiter. Funny bit about grinding to Arbiter. It was like, yeah, it was like an hour and like hour and 35 minutes. And it wasn't great. Cause it was just me screwing around in Lobotomy Corporation, hoping that I would be able to do enough to get Arbiter. Because like for Arbiter role, I was in the official Lobotomy Corporation server. It's basically dead now, in my most honest opinion, and it's like pretty. It's pretty boring. Like the content that they made is just the same. Oh yeah, I made a short about Souls Energy. Not great. And then I did my first Limbus company stream. I did a stream on a new game, or not a new game, on like a recent game, Aetherfall Battlegrounds. It was actually fun. I liked the game, but like it slowly kind of like had really annoying people who just like straight up want to fight. I mean, yeah, the entire bit about the game is like to fight against people, but in like some occasions, like they made the battlegrounds like really chill. Like it's like really relaxing to actually like look around. So like I just basically like for the majority of the game, or like the content I make out of it, I was just like wandering around watching people fighting instead, or just like chilling out with others. They have dances, you have to like get certain kills. I grinded for certain kills by killing some other people that were somewhere like the same amount of kill count as me, or have a lower kill count as me. So yeah, I did one stream of Aetherfall Battlegrounds. The rest were Limbus company, and then I did 100 sub stream of Lobotomy Corporation. And then afterwards, I did like chill streaming on was it Hypixel Skyblock. And right now I have streams of Limbus Company X Arknights collaboration event. So yeah, this is what I'm basically doing right now. It's not the greatest bit since, well, yeah, how I'm talking, how I'm doing this is kind of like not interesting. It's kind of boring for some people, which I apologize for. Like I'm trying my best to make my content as interesting as possible, so that other people can at least watch it. But like, if it's not interesting, it's fine. I don't mind it too much. I just want to have my stuff out there for anyone to see. No one has to watch it, no one has to like it. They could just know that it's there. Alright, here we go. So, with what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna have a few videos before I fully quit. Like, have the channel die. The main bit for this channel is that I would let it die off and then I would remodel it. Although no one would really care, it's fine though. I'm planning to like maybe work on my like make a new channel. Cause in this one I go by Shadow Spy _27 or just Shadow Spy for short, or Shadow. It's mostly Shadow, but it's like a really common online name, and I don't really want to go with that, so I went with something that's like at least somewhere close to how I had it originally. Shoot. Really? Oh shoot. Oh, okay. Can't be that bad. Let me use Ego for this. Okay, yeah, that works. So yeah, I would basically let this channel die off. Because like, what is it? I don't really like post a lot. I don't stream a lot. My ways of making content is kind of boring. I don't really stream that well. My wish is to at least like be up there, like at somewhere in like the same level as like those big streamers or those big content creators. But I know it's not gonna happen. So I'm just doing whatever I can to actually like live my life. Like I wanna meet new people. I really do, but I just can't do that because I don't have the ability to do so. Like some people's like, why don't you just go? Why don't you go travel? Why don't you go talk to people or like meet people in the world? Well, like. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Not everyone has access or the ability to do so. With their position in like or their situation that they're currently going through could affect how they're going to be, I guess, struggling in a way like right now. So hold on. Let me reflect on my thoughts real quick. Okay, so, okay, hold on. So, most people, like, aren't able to really do a lot in general. Like, usually if you want to do something, you would most likely want to have money for the majority of it. For a lot of things, like for traveling and stuff, like you don't really have to use money. You don't really need money, but it's a lot easier if you do have money. Like for food, it's not that like too hard to get. You have to go to like really cheap spots to get some food. Even if it's like not good for your health, it's food nonetheless. But like. And like for traveling, like you can just basically go by foot, but it would be painful. And like it would be a lot better if you had like some money to actually like go to those like locations. Like was it like either taking a cab or was it I guess was it sailing to those locations or like flying to those locations? And then it's like, yeah, there's like a lot of things that you could technically do without money, but it's like with money, it's like a lot easier. So, and for other people, like a lot of people most likely won't really put in much effort to do that. As long as they have like some form of money, then they're fine. And even if they do have some form of money, they most likely won't really want to spend it. They would most likely want to spend it for like survival in a way. And who am I really kidding? It's I can't really explain that well, but yeah. I should probably read this. I'm sorry. I'm getting too deep into that stuff. My stream hasn't ended, right? Okay. You've aged a lot since the last time we met, Fabi. Is this a characteristic of your subrace? You haven't aged a day. So what brings you to the Church of the Deep? Seaborns are indispensable in our preparation for the impending doom. Nothing, I mean nothing else, can ensure the survival of humanity. Thus, it would only be right for me to join hands with those who are able and willing to become Seaborns, to search for a way to prolong our existences. You're looking to use the knowledge of the wise and the talented as nourishment for Seaborns. But that won't do anything more than prolong our existences. But is survival alone not enough? I thought a bishop of the church would share a majority of that belief with me. Fabi, you and I have put our faith in the Seaborns, but the word faith might mean something different for you than it does for me. Seaborns shouldn't be our object of worship. We have to stand on equal ground as them, and set our eyes on their natures. Please step aside. Desperation, sadness, sympathy, Mara's emotions gush upward, carried by bubbles. Terra, a land in which the hatred for the different has entrenched itself. The city, a place in which people, crushed by the traits of life, have surrendered to its absurdities. They both need the Seaborns, perfected beneath the light. That is but your wish, Miss Mayers. Faust does not believe them to be necessary elements for the city. Even in the city, there are people who are searching for reasons to live on, dreaming of a better world. We all know that. It can't possibly be easy to change, but there has to be some kind of worth, value, in that process alone, in the lives we lead within the city. What worth could be to a life of the unkind? The kind of life humanity is doomed to exist in, where all we ever do is hurt and hate one another. Listen, efficient order, natural altruism. They're both virtues humanity should never lose sight of. But there's no such thing as an absolutes. There's no such thing as absolutes when it comes to the value of life. Survival is the right of all civilization, which means that it should never be up to others to define the worth of life, to argue for it. But what if there's no other way? Can you even understand what I'm saying? Some time had passed since I made Faro Moreto my home. Unlike my prediction, the Seaborn's evolution seemed to have lost its explosive progress, and Fabius seems to be content by just observing their slow development. Maybe it's because they're directionless, without a specific wish. Even still, Seaborns are the key, and were the key to changing Terra, the land. To stand against the incoming calamity, we needed their survivability and adaptability. And the humanity that has turned exhaustion into ill intent needed the Seaborn's blind, selfless altruism toward their own. So while I never stopped my studies, something small but sharp continued to stab my frustrated heart. Stultified and unable to be resolved, if we were to lose even our sense of ourselves and creed, assimilated into this stagnated great will, for the sake of survival, civilization had to be no more. For the sake of us, I had to be no more. The realization of that paradox made the first crack in my confidence that Seaborns were the answer to the problem Iberia, the land, and humanity faced, and through the cracks of the seeds of doubt were sown. Excuse me, sorry. But I'd already come too far to find a path more beautiful than the Seaborns. No more wasting time with these stupid ruminations. There has to be a way, some kind of condition Seaborns need to fulfill to retain their sense of self, to retain their individual hopes and wishes. I stood adrift atop the inundation of years I dedicated to this purpose, holding onto this precious hope and steeled my shaking heart. And that was the easy part. There are no better solutions. Don't look away from the answer that lies right in front of me. All I need to do is to find a way for Seaborns to hope and wish, to have them each carry a sense of self. I just had to repeat that to myself, like a mantra, again and again. But my drifting days came to an end when I found a new path illuminated by a strange light from across the sea. On that day, yes, the day when that faint blue light shone, a whisper visited me. Who's there? Whose voices? What? The answer, sought through the eons by people I didn't recognize, played over and over in my ears. The voice that spoke, it was muffled but warm and beautiful. The light of the city? The hearts that were lost, the emotions that were forgotten, the sense of self that... No, that's enough of that. But I'd like to hear more about the light. The light that has sprouted from the 10 virtues. The image those words drew in my mind, was clearer and more beautiful than ever. Terra, the city, they've both failed to find a way out of this bridle. If they're going to be satisfied with living on as they are, then you can't change what you see by standing still. If you want to bring about a better world, and even if you may be lost in the ideals, you have to keep walking. Survival, worth of life, as I've never been too certain about either of those complicated ideas, I had no unflinching creed with which to convince her. That's not to say that the city has no need for the altruistic nature Maros wants to bring there. That's not to say that I have a better answer than the combination of Seaborns and the light. Even still, the emotions, the regrets, the conversations I found and collected over this journey alongside the sinners become my answer, and I ticked on. Honestly, I don't really know the city all that well, either. My memory only goes back a year, and for what is practically my entire existence, I've been surrounded by the sinners and our adventure. Still, we want to keep trying. You're right, the city is an absurd, vicious place. Something new and horrible surprises me every other day, but... Maros, that light you spoke of, I don't think that's what protects the ego, the sense of self. To protect it, you have to first look unflinchingly both ways, the path that lies ahead and the one that you've walked. Then you confront them both. I can't be right. The light, it has to. You're just working based on what you heard about the city and the light. Ain't that right? How can you be so confident that the light will be able to protect the Seaborn sense of selves? Ain't that just what you want to believe? I think it's a distinct possibility. Even if the light can do what you hope it does, Maros, it won't change anything. Turning our natures kind by transforming us into Seaborns, a convenient method like that isn't our path. Because the sense of self protected like that, the kind of nature attained like that, wouldn't be our own. It'd be yours, Maros. Protecting your own sense of self while being compassionate and kind, it's a path of unbearable suffering. We might fail some days, despite our best efforts. Some days we'll be forced to confront the sins of our past and suffer. Verily not one of us, as we are now, may see the culmination of that path. Yet I can hardly find it within myself to simply leave it all in thy hands without so much as trying. You're saying that Seaborns can't be the answer I've always sought. It doesn't make much sense if you think about it, Mariners. Those sea monsters don't even know what self means. That's why they show no hesitation before sacrifice. If you were to introduce the sense of self to those sea monsters, that selflessness you want will be no more. She's a Seaborn-shaped distortion who is not a Seaborn, an endlessly anguished, contemplating distortion. If Mayara's wish is to achieve an altruistic world, then her desire has to be that she doesn't want her efforts to become meaningless. Seaborns may be the perfect answer for some people. A recent example, Fabius. It seems clear to me that was precisely his wish, but that doesn't seem to align with yours. Find a new answer, Miss Maros. You're telling me I have to go back to wandering for so much time again in search of that new answer? You won't be alone on that path. Walk it together, relying on one another. It won't feel as long. Trying to carry such a heavy burden all by yourself, Miss Maros. It's such a frightful thing to do. Okay, let's do this. Oh shoot. No? Okay. Oh yeah, that doesn't work. Oh dear. Okay, I gotta hope that this works. God damn, why is your clash power so high?
아득한 야정,
Okay.
멈추지 않는 시대에서 희망과 미래를 찾아
Why not orange?
스스로
Oh yeah, they're still there.
답을 구하시오.
Okay. Yeah, we just need this. Oh, okay, I guess we got it. What's favorite anymore? Okay. Okay. Okay.
잠깐만.
Please win the fight. Okay.
여행은
The
목적이
Odyssey
있었지.
had a purpose. That feet? Okay. Oh shoot. Stagger. Okay. My arm had changed. Okay. Yeah, so let me think. So yeah, this channel is gonna die off. It will be remodeled. I'll probably and what is it? I'll probably go by a different name. The name that I actually decide to choose. Come on, man. Tides carry away the windows to Mare's Pass, soon devouring them beyond vision. It's almost as if Mare is in the dungeon of the Fathoms. No, the ocean itself is fusing into one. A majority of distortions encountered by the bus team have assumed a form generally recognized as an organic entity. However, there is nothing preventing a distortion's form from breaking that boundary and taking a different shape. as it may vary by the individual's desires. If her distortion is allowing to exacerbate, undeterred, it may eventually corrode this very space in which we stand. As we were taking some time to catch our breaths, a few small machines tumbled to the ground, shot from one of the trembling fathoms. It must be one of those mysterious machines in Mara's home we saw when we peered into her memories. The machines continued to whir loudly, as though the waves broke them. We saw that there were various apparatus attached to the sockets on their sides. Expensive they appeared, yet how numerous they are. Well, you know, maybe she's similar to one of those fixer fellows who are always hell-bent on picking up every new cutting-edge workshop tech. Huh? It says little handy down here. This has an oddly similar structure to the hand of the saint the Inquisitor brought. Then shout this fantastically wonderful machine be of assistance in our battles. Rhodes Island already seems to have their hands full holding the line against the tide of sea-terrors. We should probably just take one and leave the rest to help them out. After a quick discussion with the sinners, we decided to just take one of the machines. Take one of the wilderness survival modules. Take one of the housekeeping assistant modules. Take one with the incremental motion firmware. Take one with a mini decontamination kit. Take one of the external upgrade modules. Temporary power boost. An effect that counteracts the ground. Gain safeguard against sinners. Enhance the effect of the saint, of the hand of the saint. Gain max HP and health boost. Yeah, we're gonna with Wilderness Survival. I don't really understand how it works, but that sure sounds helpful. All sinners gain a little handy Wilderness Survival module for the duration of the encounter. Thanks, bro. What was it again? Inactive state. Okay. Well, we're still gonna have to use ego for this. Oh shoot. It's favored, but it's not entirely. Okay, this is our best bet. I have to hope that I actually win the flashes. This is easy mode. How am I selling? Okay. There we go. Alright. Okay. This is sick. Alright. There we go. Command meltdown. Let's do this.
멈추지 않는 시대에서 희망과 능력을 찾아.
Just need to take them down. That's all we're gonna need to do. I'll probably tomorrow I'll stream the hard mode version of the fight. Because right now we're on easy mode. So. It's probably not the greatest, but it's something nonetheless. There we go. Don't look away, for the waves will carry you out of your element. There we go. Nice. Oh, it's staggering you. Okay, let's do that. Oh, she had a purpose. Boom. There we go. And then strike them down. Bragger. Alright, and then we got this one. I must be the only one to dance this beautiful dance. So once I chop off your ankles. Yeah, we're chilling. And we'll use this and this. In case something were to happen.
불가 위야. 막아내는 다리. 아직 쉽지 마.
목을 떨궈주마.
Let's do this. Take her down.
푸름을
She's down.
틔울 수도
Okay.
없겠구나.
Mission accomplished. Alright, we gotta see the ending. It's true that people scrutinize others for differences to find something they can hate. But it's also true that it is often those very differences that people look up to. And that admiration usually goes hand in hand with estimation. Okay. Yes, and Miss Mayers admired these two unknowns, Seaborns and the light. She thought they would be the solution to everything. Mayers, do you still want to go to the city? No. I'll remain here in Terra. I'll broaden my studies, and I'll talk more, to find a new path toward realizing my wish. As for what will happen now, Miss Mayers, we're going to need you to have a long talk with the Inquisition, but we'll help too. We'll help you in your search for that path, if we can. The great ark built from the city crumbles. Light fades and gives way to shadows, and we found ourselves back aboard the vessel Massus. Battle complete. Vessel Massus is slowing down. How's Miss Mayers? Here, unconscious. The mental strain seems to have taken its toll. It's all happened inside the dungeon of the Fathoms, but it can't have been too easy on her mind to send so many waves after us. What will happen to Miss Mayers now? First, we'll wait for the Inquisition's ruling, then bring her to Rhodes Island. Her efforts were misguided, but she also had Terra's best interests at heart. Together, I'm sure we can discuss a better way forward. What if she's sentenced to death? Then we will need to offer a different proposal. We can consider it when we get to it, Doctor. It's finally over. All we have left to do is to go back. All we were preparing to leave with our hearts much lighter than they were earlier. Hold on, everyone. Something's rapidly approaching us. A low, thrumming roar vibrates the air as a strange shadow looms over the ship. Where'd this shade come from? Wait, is that? Almost as if driven by instinct, Ishmael takes the radio from Gregor and runs into the control room. Something must have clicked in Otis's head as she also turned and ran after Ishmael. If those two are running into the bridge, brace! Grab onto something! Oh bollocks! Mucking it up right before the finish line. Doctor, Dante has advised that we grab onto something. I see. They're preparing to turn the ship around. Everyone, brace for impact. Stay alert, something's coming. The ship leaned heavily as it turned port side, and I caught a glimpse of a massive shadow gliding just beneath the water's surface, right where the ship was a second ago. It's a Seaborn, about the size of, no, slightly larger than the vessel Massus. Amiya's communicator buzzes with Ishmael's voice. The currents are going wild. Wait, no. Something's causing these currents to go wild. We'll try our best to maintain evasive maneuvers for as long as possible. We can't do this forever. If the situation does not improve, we may have to take the vessel Massus across the dimensional door. Does Rhodes Island have a way out of this quandary? Not at this moment. But we have to come up with one now, and fast. Dante, does anything come to mind? We should first figure out why that Seaborn's coming after us. Copy that. I'll focus on steering that ship, so keep us updated. With that, the ship immediately began a sharp turn, narrowly dodging the ponderous body of the Seaborn as it swims by. We can't just take the whole ship across the dimensional door. We're not the only ones on it. But the sea is too wild to simply turn around to let the others leave. It's almost like it's obsessed with this ship. Just why could it possibly be coming after the ship all of a sudden? Could it be that Fabius's order? It's coming after me. Scatty, you? Yes, I'm their enemy, an abyssal hunter. As though to prove it, the giant beasts begin to charge against the bow of the ship, the moment Scatty's repositioned herself there. Just what are the abyssal hunters? Why are they so gung-ho about trying to kill you? Abyssal hunters are those who hunt sea terrors and seaborns. Of course, this isn't based on any emotion, such as vengeance or resentment. It's Scatty's... Well, that's not important right now. What matters is that they're solely targeting Scatty. Operators of Rhodes Island are heavily fatigued at the moment from their long defense against the waves in the dungeons of the Fathoms. The same could be said of us, Miss Amiya, whose battle mirrors in the meantime. To engage that seaborn in this particular circumstance is... Oh? Something shakes the vessel, masses once again. What's this now? There's more? There are indeed multiple entities surrounding our ship. However, a violent destructive sound crashes through the waves towards vessel masses. Past the sudden wall of mist, there was... We're lucky. Or was this simply how it was supposed to go? Eshma... Ishar... Mala... Sir Knight? 2 Seaborns? It's going to be fine, Miss Inquisitor. If he's the same knight we fought earlier, I doubt he'll be able to stop himself from charging at that giant that giant of a sea monster. Like Honglu said, the knight charged straight at the giant, rough wave at the great seaborn, as though he hardly noticed our presence. If we can help the knight repel that seaborn, we just might have a shot at sending Limbus Company back through the dimensional door and escaping aboard the vessel masses ourselves. Can everyone still move? I'm almost at my limit, but I can still move. I've got a plan, and I'd like for everyone to trust me on this. Things weren't so bad outside after you'd entered the portal. Now's the time for the hunters to get to work. The bright ray of light from Irene's lamp shines upon those atop the deck, while Scatty leaps tall into the air, using the ship's bow as her launching pad. The operators each scatter to their appropriate positions, as commanded by the doctor. Ishmael and Oz both exited to the decks as well, presumably having found someone to steer the ship. Is it okay to have you two out here? This Calcid seemed to know enough about seafaring to take over. While this crisis is far from over, she was good enough that it was reasonable for us to leave the ship's steering to her and ascend to the decks for our return. It does seem like we'll all be able to bid you goodbye. Are you sure you're all going to be okay? We can stay a little longer and help. I appreciate the sentiment, I really do, but... Amiya pointed towards the dimensional door, which had shrunk significantly smaller since the first time we saw it. You don't have much time. I wonder if it was only supposed to open for a set period of time, or what if it's closing now because our work here is done? There was precious little time we could learn about it now, but it was obvious that our time here was coming to an end. Thanks, Amiya. We would have been lost for a while in this world if it weren't for Rhodes Island's help. Well, thanks to you, we should be able to sufficiently study the dimensional door before we return. Time to say goodbye to the Iberian sea breeze, I guess. Do you have any idea how big the pile of paperwork is going to be at the Inquisition? Murda, try not to drop into Iberia next time. You got that? Sure. Let's all stay nicely put in our own worlds. as the great seaborn briefly falters at the combined mights of Scatty and the Knights. The ship's bow managed to stop inches from the dimensional door. Manager, now's your chance to get the dimensional door. Yo, what the fuck is that? Someday, I hope we can meet again. We shall take our leave. Let's return to the city. The sea had turned into a brutal battlefield, terrible roars contending with one another. After taking one final look at Rhodes Island, defending the vessel masses, we leaped into the pitch-black darkness at the center of the dimensional door. I'm swept away by the tides of consciousness. The river draws out my memories and consciousness, sublimating them away. Then, we're back at Hongyuan. Where is this Hongyuan? I look around and see the sinners strewn about the room, dozing off. I see Heathcliff crash like that all the time, but how did everyone crash at the same time, sleeping against the walls? A bizarre sensation that something was truly amiss crawls up my spine. You have come to. Now that you have come to, I request that you continue to rest in your chamber. Your presence here makes it difficult to conduct cleaning activities in areas adjacent to your body. Huh? What? We just came through the dimensional door after Rhodes Island. Rhodes? You were transferred here after the LCCA discovered your company unconscious at the entrance of a lobotomy court branch. I feel like I just went through a memorable experience, but I can't recall what. There was a hole in my memory, and this strange emotional tug at my heart and ego I don't ever recall extracting. Rajade, Prithi, avail me but 5 more minutes of scheduling wooden training dummies to wake you in 5 minutes. But the bizarre sensation naturally settles. What was that abnormality? What just happened? I don't have any answers to either of those questions, but... Wait, where's Sod? She said something about how there's been a delay or something. I couldn't find Sod, who's been bringing us odd jobs here and there during our stay, anywhere in Yihongyuan. But on the desk, I did find a note, filled with various requests, and a letter, both presumably left behind by Sod. We've got a distortion contract. Come on, time to earn your keep. You weren't going to lounge around until we got a message from HQ, right? Are they allergic to giving us time off or something? In that moment, a certain voice briefly surfaces from the abyss of my memories, before sinking again. There's no such thing as absolutes when it comes to the values of life, which means that it should never be up to the others to define the worth of life, to argue for it. The worth of life. I don't quite recall who said that, or even where I heard it from. Honestly, I don't even understand what exactly it was supposed to mean. You can't change what you see by standing still. If you want to bring about a better world, then even if you may be lost in the ideals. Even still, some of those words left a lingering impression on my head, on my heart. You have to keep walking. Unable to sit still, I got up from my seat and began waking up the sinners, one by one. Yeah, it's not like we're getting anything done here. On your feet, guys. Time to get to work. The sinners each began waking up, some of them looking around and get their bearings, like they were just pulled out of a long dream. See some familiar faces, bro.
또 한 줄 길을 남겼구나.
And that's it.
흰물진 길일 뿐이지만.
Yeah, so we're done with the
세월이
event,
지나면
surprisingly.
홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지.
And now we have hard mode. So I'll do a stream on hard mode probably tomorrow.
뭘 바꾸었는지를.
Right now I need to turn all these into modules because, yeah. Let's see what I can get, to be honest. It'll be funny if I get like a copy. Nothing. That's fine though. I'm never getting She-Fast. Okay. Well, that concludes for today. I'll probably do that like later on, maybe. But yeah, we're basically done here. That's all we can do. So, alright. There we go. That concludes the end of the event. So, tomorrow, probably, I will have part 5 of the event where I just do the hard mode battles, or I just might like make a video of it instead. Overall, the fights are just gonna straight up be win rated because it's that easy that you don't really need to do anything. But like the important fights with the Knights, I'm guessing, because I'm guessing that's like the most important fight. And then Fabius and Mayar's Distortion. Those are the ones that I'm most likely going to be focusing on for the hard mode fights. Those are going to be in the streams. I'll probably like have recording. Actually, no, I don't think I'm going to have recording of the normal fights, like normal event fights in hard mode. But I will stream the other stuff instead. The important stuff. The ones that will actually be really like need my brain to function with. I'll figure out a team for that. I'll probably ask the community for some help. But overall it's probably fine. So thank you all for watching the stream. I apologize for not doing very well in conversing. Like as soon as I get a thought, it just goes on and on and on. So it's not really helping out that much. And yeah, I'm probably gonna like post like a few other bits. I'll do the stream. I'll post some videos, and when everything is done and dealt with, the channel will be closed off, and the content here will be done here. Will be done, and so the last video, from what I'm gonna guess, the second to last will be clip dumping. The other one is going to be the actual final one will announce the closure of the channel. So overall, that's all I'm going to say. I hope you all have a great day. And to end it off, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everyone. Apparently that outro belongs to somebody. I'm not too sure who it belongs to, but I'll probably change it if I get into contact with them. So see ya.